It's a massive game, really, for Liverpool, Robbie, in the way that they are second in the table at the moment. They've had a good start, even though they're not playing fantastically well. They haven't beaten a Big Four club in the last 6 attempts. That's got to change if they're going to challenge for the title.
If they're going to win the title, they've got to win their games, particularly against the Big Four at home. And today is a massive test for them. I just feel when I look at the two sides, I can't help but think that Manchester United start favourites because there's just, you take Torres and Gerrard out of the side and you just feel there's a bit of lack of quality.
Don't tell me you're going for a United win.
I'm still not going for United, but I feel I might have to tip them.
OK, he's going for United. You're going for Spencer?
I'm going for Manchester United as well.
Of course you are, because you always go for them, don't you?
OK, well, I'll go for Liverpool to end
because you don't like
their recent barren run against the Reds of Manchester. It should be a great occasion. It always is this. Liverpool against Manchester United from the English Premier League. Let's hand you over to our commentators at Anfield, who this afternoon are Martin Tyler and John Gregory.
Was in the calendar, but Liverpool dropped a couple of points that weekend when they were held to a draw at Aston Villa. Manchester United just played the two, drew at home with Newcastle, one away at Portsmouth, which was a narrow victory but a very decent result. So they are available for Liverpool today, but Rafa Benitez has said not from the start. We understand from Steven Gerrard it's just come a little bit early for him. Both trained fully yesterday, but Liverpool play away to Marseille in the Champions League on Tuesday. And the timing of those two injuries not helpful for Liverpool's desire here today, but they've got plenty of players ready to go and good calibre to take on United on Berbatov's debut day. Over £30 million. All red against today Manchester United in all white. United may not quite have the numbers amongst their supporters, but they've got a flag to try and outflag Liverpool. Without Steven Gerrard, of course, Jamie Carragher, another true Scouser. There's another one, Wayne Rooney, the United ranks. Carragher leading Liverpool, and Berbatov and Keane, lovely pictures. Had a great time together at Tottenham. Those days are gone now. Confirmation of the team news then. Steven Gerrard and Fernando Torres, their two most potent players for Liverpool, have recovered from injuries ahead of schedule, but are only named as substitutes. There is a debut for Albert Riera from Espanyol in Spain in midfield, with Fabio Aurelio preferred to Docena at left back. Yossi Benayoun also starts today. For Robbie Keane, with Torres not available at the beginning, greater onus on him, still looking for his first Liverpool goal, and after 17 previous efforts, his first Premier League goal against Manchester United. He would love to get that today. Keane, strike partner in those two fruitful years together at White Hart Lane, makes his debut for United. Dimitar Berbatov signed so close to the deadline for more than £30 million. Michael Carrick returns to midfield after an ankle injury on the opening Sunday of the league season. And Ryan Giggs and Owen Hargreaves, who have also been absent recently, are back on the bench. Out goes Darren Fletcher, despite scoring United's only Premier League goals so far this season. around the ground. George Gillette mouthing the words, but it's what happens on this beautiful Anfield surface that you're going to talk about for the rest of the day, for the rest of the weekend, and who knows, maybe for the rest of the season. Berbatov and Keane no longer in tandem at what both managers will hope at the sharp ends of Liverpool and Manchester United today. And there's plenty of support, particularly for United. Carlos Tevez and Wayne Rooney. Tevez with Berbatov at the kickoff. That's Riera, who played for Manchester City for a while on loan. Made his debut for Manchester City against Manchester United. Now makes his Liverpool debut against Manchester United. Quite a double. And he won, incidentally, when he was with Manchester City. So away we go. There's been so much talking. Now the expression comes from two very, very big football clubs by the players. Mascherano, Benayoun, Mascherano. Here's Fabio Aurelio, who's been referred to Dossena, who has been away with Italy, so maybe, John, you've been through it as a manager, getting your players back, especially when you're playing so early into the weekend, and so many of these guys have been far and wide.
I just think, though, Martin, coming back to a sort of run-of-the-mill Premiership game is a little bit different than coming back to such a spectacular match like this. If you can't get up for this one, then you have got a problem. But just noticing Wayne Rooney playing out here on the right-hand side in that midfield four. I think that's where he's going to sit in the early part of the game.
Brown's cross, Tevez. Oh, and Berbatov. They're asking for handball off the referee, Howard Webb. And he spread his arms to indicate there was nothing doing, but what a start that might have been for Berbatov. Might have had a goal, might have won a penalty.
Yeah, it was a good strike by Berbatov. I think it was Skirtle, actually. It hit him on the arm, but Howard Webb right on top of it. Noticed straight away, no handball. Yeah, certainly hits the arm of Skirtle. Berbatov appealing for it, but Howard Webb shook his head immediately.
Here's Keane, but Count has been playing in the sort of areas that Rooney has started this game in. That was signed as a central striker, and that's what Liverpool are looking for from him, with Keane just tucking in behind. Scholes.
Oh, how's that for a ball?
How's that for control from Rooney? Stopped by the Brazilian Aurelio. Rooney's in pursuit.
Yeah, it was noticeable, Martin, the minute that Manchester United got possession of the football, Wayne Rooney come and stood right out here on this right-hand touchline to give Manchester United width.
Well, there was an FA Cup tie a couple of years back, which Liverpool beat Manchester United 5th round on their way to actually winning the trophy in 2006. And here's Berbatov just running off for Carragher. Oh, and it's set up for Tevez. Goal! Glorious goal for Manchester United, who have had the whip hand in the league meetings, and Tevez who got the winner in this fixture last season, but it's Berbatov who's made it. But Tevez, well, he had a lot of room, but he still had to put it in the corner, and he did it to perfection.
Great ball from Scholes into Tevez. Tevez gives it to Berbatov. Berbatov does the rest. Says to Tevez, there you go, put that in the back of the net. He just walks onto this, concentration, just make sure, tucks it in the corner. That's a simple goal for United.
Made by Berbatov, scored by Tevez. Manchester United off to a flyer. Remember, Alec Ferguson and United have won the last 5 in the Premier League against Liverpool without conceding a goal. And if they don't concede here, it will be 6.
Yeah, monumental task now for Liverpool. So early in the game, but you see the ability there in Berbatov. He kept composure. I thought he was going to shape himself up for a shot, but he just kept the composure, kept possession of the football, and just slid it back across into the danger zone. And there was Tevez just to slide it into the corner. What a great finish.
But how come Tevez was so free to score? Here's Rooney, Carrick. I don't know, John, could it possibly have been Tevez's great pal Javier Mascherano who failed to...
could well be, certainly Tevez. But you see, Tevez has started, he's just dropping 5 or 6 yards behind Berbatov, just trying to find that little gap in midfield. He doesn't actually play right up alongside a central defender.
And he doesn't play right back in midfield alongside Mascherano.
Just plays in that little hole, very, very difficult to try and mark. There were certainly enough defenders back in the Liverpool penalty box.
Count gets a good header, and Evra, probably Van der Sar could have claimed it, but another issue, he's not wearing a cap, and he's now trying to shield his eyes with his gloves. Anyway, Evra dealt with it. Count jumps again. Ferdinand just got there before Keane. Woof, well, it was so near because Van der Sar, from Dirk Kuyt, Van der Sar just turned and looked.
Looks beaten here. I think it's Riera that just knocked it down to Kuyt. Doesn't think twice, hits it on the volley. Van der Sar was beaten, but it just goes past the right-hand post.
Well, they've got them in reserve, but obviously if there was any sort of chance that Gerrard and Torres could have started today, they would have done. So it's not emergency stakes yet for Rafa Benitez.
I'm sure we'll see them on at some stage, Martin. But just how soon that needs to be remains to be seen. It's a dream start, though, for Alex Ferguson and Manchester United. There's Tevez again, just sat in that hole. He's very difficult to pick up. Mascherano's trying to pass him on. Yeah, he's passing him on to the back 4 players. He doesn't really want to be dragged back into that 18-yard box.
Tevez is there again. It's Carrick. And the movement comes from Anderson, but the flag has gone up. Rooney comes onto it, can't resist it, smashing it into the cop.
He's probably got a couple of mates in there. He's trying to get the match ball for him. Just looking at the shape, you can just see Man U, they've just got them 4 white shirts across that midfield. Almost like just an ordinary 4-4-2, Martin. But Rooney will be asked to do this role, and he just shows you what a great professional he is. He's quite happy just to sit in there.
And he has run past the player, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Tevez.
There's Tevez. Certainly Mascherano left him.
There's Evra. And Tevez getting into the game very quickly, but giving the ball to Mascherano this time. Keane, early from Count, and Benayoun's onside. Riera coming in towards the near post. Good foot in by Vidic. Count, Benayoun getting out of the way, concerned that he would have been offside. Mascherano. For a long time in their career, Tevez and Mascherano inseparable, really, at Corinthians in Brazil, at West Ham.
Well, they were separable for the first goal, Martin.
They were very separable, yeah.
Yeah, big mates off the field.
Sammy Lee has returned to Liverpool. Sure, a dream move for him, having left when Benitez first took over as a coach. Carrick, Tevez, and Scholes squeezing it past Alonso to Tevez again. Rooney, Wes Brown looking to deliver. It's too high for Berbatov. It runs off the back of Arbeloa. Attempted back in by Anderson, but again Manchester United carrying a real threat when they get forward. Wes Brown.
No, I always think, Martin, I'm not that impressed with the 2 Liverpool fullbacks, Aurelio and Arbeloa. They don't sit comfortable for me in this back 4. I certainly think that Rooney on this side and Evra and Anderson can both get at the fullbacks.
Scholes. Ferdinand, who missed England's game last weekend, but was back with Brown and Rooney for the win over Croatia. Well, what you know about Wayne Rooney is he won't complain. He'll do what the manager asks him to do. And
Great pro, great pro.
Scholes, Evra, it's all Manchester United in these opening minutes. Good work by Skirtle, but again, they can't get out Liverpool. Vidic, and playing the safest ball on. Below his header, Benny Yu. Skirtle. Manchester United did lose the Super Cup to Zenit St. Petersburg, despite a late goal by Vidic, who makes that header then.
I think Sir Alex would have liked to have won that, Martin, but if there was one trophy that he was happy just to let go, I think it was that one. He much preferred keeping the Champions League and the Premier League.
Well, I think it's fair to say in the 10 minutes we've had so far, we've seen Manchester United's best 10 minutes of the season.
Yeah, without doubt. Some of their passing has been extraordinary. And their movement as well. Tevez is finding it increasingly difficult for Liverpool to pick him up.
Alonso, Count did well. Helped by Key. Benny and Count almost in each other's way, but the space is in the wider position, which Arbeloa tries to use to Liverpool's advantage here. Well, Howard Webb wasn't sure.
Howard Webb was he was waiting for the linesman actually to indicate whether it was going to be a goal kick or a corner before he made the decision. It's a corner to Liverpool.
Well, sometimes these games, the build-up has been somewhat greater than the product on the pitch, but the feeling today is that it's really going to deliver. And delivering there and giving Van der Sar a problem, and Kout, well, it was a wonderful chance for Liverpool to equalise. There were bodies in front of him, but he was still very close in, Dirk Kout. And Van der Sar, one Dutchman, let off the hook by another, Dirk Kout.
Great chance there for Dirk Kout. I'm sure we'll see it again in a minute, but he should have hit the back of the net, Martin, without any problem.
Here's Riera. Doing well, persistence. No penalty. Howard Webb was right there to judge, and then so close that he gets a touch.
Howard Webb very close to the action. Here's the opportunity. He falls to kite. Looks like Van der Sar actually made a save.
Well, two scares for Manchester United in quick succession.
Yeah, it's just got the crowd out of their seats a little bit. And very quiet in that first 5 minutes, Martin.
Vidic in quickly. Skirtle. Back to Pepe Reina, who's kept plenty of clean sheets for Liverpool, but finds it very hard to do that against Manchester United. Down in on Riera, no foul. Again, the referee well placed. Berbatov, good tackle on Ndalko. Well, it looked a good tackle, not to the man who matters.
No, I think you got that one wrong, Howard. Understand why Jamie Carragher's not very happy. He clearly won the ball. It looked like a great tackle.
Jamie Carragher, who can be quite outspoken. He's just published his autobiography with plenty of quotable paragraphs in it. Highly recommended. And but he kept his counsel there and took the ticking off from Howard Webb, and now has to deal with the free kick that comes from it. Carrick. And that was Ferdinand, who's actually scored 3 career Premier League goals against Liverpool. One for Leeds here, And 2 for Manchester United at Old Trafford more recently.
Liverpool got every red shirt back in the 18-yard box with their zonal marking system.
Carrick and Rooney on the edge of the area towards Foden. It wasn't the best corner taken by Anderson, not the best touch by Scholes. Well, he's just going to, he was given a 5 or 6 yard start there, and although Mascherano did well to make it close.
Yeah, he kept it down to about 1. That was a foul.
After it, some delicious control from
I'd say
Berbatov. Aurelia. Riera. Free kick to Liverpool. Carragher happily taking it from 30 yards away from where the foul was. But Mascherano. Skirt. It was aimed for Mascherano. A bit lucky Liverpool still to be going. But Benayoun to Riera, giving Brown some early problems. And Brown bites back there with a strong tackle.
He's a good player, Albert Riera. I just think he's very comfortable on his left peg out on this side, and he's certainly a threat when he's in possession of that football one-on-one with Wes Brown. But Brown's dealt with him very well so far, Martin.
That's Aurelio's deep ball. Robbie Keane, who can make a lot out of very little, was trying to do just that then. Boyhood Liverpool fan. Edwin van der Sar got away with one here.
I think it's a good save here. Should have held on to that maybe, but then manages to do a secondary save as he's hit the floor. There he should have held it. Quite there with the goal gaping at him, really should have put that in the back of the net. Great opportunity for Liverpool.
Scholes was on the post, so Van der Sar coming across, really playing the percentages of where he thought Count was going to put it. And he was right. That's experience for you. I was going to point out, John, that Howard Webb refereed that cup tie here that Liverpool beat Manchester United, and it's the only time he's done this fixture before. He might be a good omen.
Is that right? Is that right?
For the Liverpool lads, but it's a bit late when they're 1-0 down to bring that up.
There's a long way to go yet.
2 players down here, he's got to stop it, the referee. Evra and Mascherano needing timeout.
Yeah, definite clash of heads there. I think it looks like Evra got it on the temple, maybe. Mascherano certainly laying down.
Mascherano was red carded the last time the 2 clubs met at Old Trafford.
Yeah, stupidly. A real stupid day he had. But I think
he's warming up, John. We've not had 20 minutes yet.
Yeah, that's probably for him more than anything. He just wants to get out there and get amongst it. It's as a substitute, I think it's very frustrating sitting there when nothing's going on, and just to get up and stretch the legs and keep the blood ticking over. You never know. I mean, also with Mascherano down as well, there's opportunity. Look at Berbatov. He keeps composure of the ball, puts it back in the box. There's Mascherano. It's almost Mascherano looks as if he thinks to himself, oh, I should have gone with Tevez. There's Tevez. Nobody near him whatsoever. But what composure from Tevez. It's like a finishing session on a Thursday morning. He kisses his tattoo on his arm, no doubt, of his little girl.
Yeah, it's a little nicer than sucking the baby's dummy that
yes, he did go through that little phase, didn't he? He's learning.
But he scored at the end, the Cobb stand end, where he scored the winning goal against Rafa Benitez's team in this fixture a year ago.
Absolutely. Just dwelling on Rooney, I mean, I'm just watching Wayne down here in front of us, stuck out here on this right-hand side. We talked earlier on about, you know, the professionalism that this boy has shown. I thought, although Walcott got all the headlines in midweek, I thought Rooney was the man of the match. He contributed with a goal, but he contributed with so much more for England. I thought it was probably one of his best performances in an England shirt, or in any shirt for that matter. I thought he was truly outstanding last week. And let's hope he can carry that on into the season with Manchester United and England.
Evra and Mascherano okay. Berbatov does win the header. Can do nothing with it under challenge from Carragher.
I don't know about you, but Berbatov just looks right. Number 9 shirt. Yeah, but he just looks right in the number 9 shirt, Martin. And he just stood up there, and he just it's like a seamless transition.
But do you think it's because he's wearing white?
Probably. He still thinks he's playing for White Hart Lane.
But no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he does. He just looks right somehow. He's just settled in there so effortlessly.
Mike Ferguson got his man, and Mike Ferguson, the manager who hung on to a disgruntled player in Cristiano Ronaldo. But maybe at his club, with his record, he's got a better chance of doing that than other managers. For example, Juan de Ramos with both Robbie Keane and with Dimitar Berbatov. He had to decide that there's going to be life after them, and he better make the most of it. Vieira just stayed in. Good positional play by Vidic to help out Ferdinand. Tevez. Now Benayoun. Plenty of options to the right for him. Ooh. He scored a goal. He's going to get a yellow card. He's had some trouble with referees recently. He was red carded for Argentina last weekend.
I just knew straight away. It was one of them that he just had to go for. But he put his hand up straight away to acknowledge the yellow card that was coming his way from Howard Webb.
He was red carded against Paraguay, Carlos Tevez, and actually missed Argentina's midweek international, as did Mascherano, for a suspension as well. So they both got back early for this fixture from South America. So from the foul by Tevez. The free kick by Aurelio, really authoritative header away by Rio Ferdinand. Mascherano, tangle with Rooney, high-octane stuff.
Not so sure about that one. Looked as if Mascherano just fell over in the end. Yeah, that's where I think Rooney's matured so much. He does occasionally have a head loss, but he's certainly grown up and matured into a fine professional. Under the tutelage of Sir Alex, of course, I think he's been a massive influence on Wayne Rooney's persona.
Alonso. Skirtle not wanting to go back to Reina, but he has to. Alonso, still a Liverpool player, despite all that summer talk, but he would be the one to go. Well, he might have been the one to go if Gareth Barry had signed. Or if Liverpool could have come up with the money for Barry. Skirtle. We're halfway through the first half here at Anfield. It's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. Third-minute goal from Carlos Tevez. The grafter counts, no question about that.
There's a little bit more his old position today, Martin, pushed up front. Normally plays, of course, down the right-hand side. But due to Torres being injured, he gets shoved up front. So it's a little bit new to him again. But great work, as you say, real team player.
Well, Patrice Evra got that bang on the head in the collision with Mascherano. And Phil Sharp, the assistant, obviously feels that Evra isn't quite right. Whether there's some blood there. It's called the referee across. But Evra says, no, look, you're all worrying unnecessarily. And there obviously is no blood because otherwise he would have had to go across the pitch to get some attention.
Nothing wrong with doing that, Martin.
I was just thinking the same. Even Rio Ferdinand, with all the football talent available to him,
just
can boot it.
Put your foot behind it, get reorganised, and then just get ready to defend again. The great Hansen and Lawrenson used to do that from time to time here at Anfield.
In the era when Liverpool were winning titles. There's a whole generation now who didn't live through that. Come more recently on the football supporting scene. And I think that Manchester United are the all-time power. They've certainly been the power since the start of the Premier League in 1992. So great consternation here on Merseyside. Is very pleased with the acquisition of Albert Riera and getting a message on to his team to get the ball to Riera, who's looked as likely as anyone. Another possibly catastrophic moment for Liverpool. Maybe that was down to the bang on the head by Mascherano, but he got that bang on the head after he'd let Tevez run clear for the opening goal. No excuses in the first 15 minutes or so. And here's Alonso and Count. And he did well against Carrick. Alonso came off Evra. Oh, and that's the goal. A crazy goal for Liverpool, but they're level. They'll take it any which way. Having gone 5 league games without scoring against Manchester United. And the last goal that Liverpool did score in the league against United was an own goal by John O'Shea at Old Trafford. And this smacks of similar catastrophe.
Might well have been Wes Brown that gets the last touch. I think Van der Sar looks like he just palms it straight into the path of Wes Brown. And it ends up in the back of the net. What a mess. Look at that. Van der Sar maybe should have just gone for it with both hands and took out the 2 players in front of him at the same time. Look at that. He's obviously seen a player coming at him out the corner of his eye. What a messy goal that is.
Well, it's the red of Liverpool, but the colour was brown. Here is Tevez, whose lead has now been wiped out by a Manchester United own goal. Tevez is there again. Berbatov. Anderson. Looking for Tevez! Oh! Well, he was across the defender, across Carragher, and couldn't keep it down.
Great little ball this. Berbatov gets control of the ball, just plays it simply out to Anderson. Anderson just picks out Tevez. Look at the little check run. He took Carragher away from the space and then came back into it. And he just gets the outside of his foot. It just clears of crossbar. Got a game on our hands now, Martin.
Such a tonic for Liverpool. Even though Wes Brown could do nothing about it, and it was John O'Shea, as I mentioned, who got that last goal for Liverpool against his club, Manchester United, when he put through his own net at Old Trafford. Somewhere along the line, a Liverpool player will score against Manchester United. Whether it will be in this match, I strongly advise you to stay with us and find out. But Carragher's mistake, and Reina did very well indeed, because Tevez had a back pass under hit to fasten onto. The tension in both defences.
Brilliant goalkeeping. So sharp, positive, get rid of it.
A sort of touch away from count by Carrick. Ferdinand. Well, the question, we'll come back to the goal in a minute, because Manchester United on the move with Anderson, but I can ask you it now, John. Should Van der Sar have gone for the ball?
Yeah, but I thought he should have just gone to catch it. and just took everyone else with him that got in his way. But he, I think, you know, just looking at him, it looked like he dived full length. He just saw some shirts coming towards him, whether or not he thought he was actually going to get battered, and he just wanted to palm it away. But yeah, I think he should have gone for the ball. It was a really hopeful shot, wasn't it, from Alonso, going nowhere. But it got a big ricochet off Rio Ferdinand and ends up in the back of the Manchester United net.
Berbatov and there's a quick one from Reina trying to get Robbie Keane away in direct fashion. Rooney. A couple of times, one on each side of the pitch now, where the assured early play has dropped off a little for Manchester United. Forgive me for lapsing into a cliche, but goals change games. And Liverpool have got a lucky one.
Yeah, I couldn't see where Liverpool were going to score, to be honest, Martin. Certainly, it was very much a freak goal, but one that I couldn't see coming, I have to say. Manchester United had started this game so strong. Now, they haven't got their best free kick player on the pitch, which I think is Owen Hargreaves. He's phenomenal on these free kicks in and around the box.
Even better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well, yeah, it might be too.
Anderson, who is a Brazilian, but he hasn't scored yet for Manchester United. He's not always been on free kicks for reasons just mentioned. Michael Carrick's having a look. It is marginally the left-footers. Belongs to Anderson. And Benayoun does well to stop a corner. Incidentally, Berbatov, John, is just flexing his right thigh.
Yeah, it's like the kicking muscle on the right thigh, or it might be his knee. Looks a little bit uncomfortable, might have just got a whack.
Offside. Well, Manchester United, the big games come thick and fast. On Wednesday, they start their Champions League campaign at home to the Spanish club Villarreal, and then they play away to Chelsea. This is the one.
If you're gonna go at all, just take the lot. I thought he should have been a lot braver then and just grabbed the ball with both hands and then just took out Riera and Wes Brown as well. If they got in the way, so what? But don't let go of that football.
Maybe the hand will be up in the dressing room at half-time, and the goalkeeper saying, it's down to me.
I'm sure it will be.
Alonso. Liverpool have got numbers forward here, including Arbeloa, who's in the middle with Count. Mascherano.
Well, after you mentioned about Berbatov, Martin, I've just kept my eye on him for the last couple of minutes. He seems to be moving okay. I think he probably just got a jolt in a tackle maybe or something, so he seems all right.
He's been playing for Bulgaria, if not for Tottenham. And that's Riera. Benayoun. Nicely down for Keane. A swing and a miss for a player who's so anxious to get off the mark for Liverpool. And look at Rooney. Attack-minded man, but knowing his defensive responsibilities.
Brilliant. He just knows, I mean, that boy can play in any position on the football pitch, I think. He just knows what's expected in every position.
That's Carragher. Giving Ferdinand a bit of a problem in the air, and Keane giving Vidic a bit of a problem on the ground as well. A little unnerved Manchester United.
They're the little things that go unnoticed sometimes, Martin. Robbie Keane putting Vidic under pressure there. The fans want him so much to score a goal, as he does. But he does work his socks off, that boy.
Ball that seemed to favour Brown, but yeah, was standing his corner. Carrick went through that, but it's probably just an impact, but certainly felt something.
That hurt, Martin. That hurt, and you don't want to show it.
Just back from an ankle injury, so I just wonder whether it might have opened up that joint again.
It was one of those tackles as well that he couldn't pull out of. It was a 50-50 in the centre midfield. That one hurt. He's a tough northeasterner, though. I'm sure that he'll continue. He said it's only a fracture, I'll be fine. Why, aye, lad?
That's one that Newcastle let get away. Of course, Michael Carrick learned his trade at West Ham United. Berbatov. Good covering by Alonso. That's a decent ball by Xabi Alonso. Couch. Rooney. Dealt with by Skirt. Alonso. Good ground made by Aurelio. Keane coming to collect. Benayoun ahead of him. Pass beckons him on. Looks for Kaut. Easy for Ferdinand this time. Drops for Keane.
They're just slowly starting to push Manchester United back a bit, Martin. Not seen United so much in the Liverpool half of the pitch.
And that was a really devilish ball from Javier Mascherano, particularly after the nature of the goal that Manchester United conceded. And Van der Sar not sure whether to come for this one, and he didn't this time.
At home. Look at this ball, right across the face of the goal. Unfortunately for Liverpool, both Riera and Coit didn't react enough. Maybe just could have got in front of Ferdinand and Brown.
They'll be nudging Torres on the bench, saying, you'd have got there.
he was nudging Rafa, saying, oh, yes, I would, boss. I'd have got that one.
It's 1-1, and we're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. Ferdinand. Good work by Aurelio in the air against Rooney. Alonso trying to spray it around, as he certainly can do. Pressure by Keane. And Bilic gives it away. Alonso doesn't. He finds Robbie Keane. Muscled out of it by Anderson. Legally enough, says referee Webb. Rooney.
Brilliant.
And he gets his cross in as well. And the outcome is a corner.
I think we've seen there, Rooney's done that twice already in this game. When Aurelio's come to close him down, Rooney's just showed his brilliant skills in going forward, and certainly showing the deficiencies in Aurelio's defensive game.
So it's all back for Liverpool. They rehearse this so often under Rafa Benitez, defending the set plays with their zonal system that John mentioned earlier. Works well enough. Riera glanced it away. Mascherano helped it on and chases it out now. Rooney after the corner, finding himself on the left. Anderson holding on the right, who'd taken the corner. Rooney caught between two, really. Brown was coming forward as well. Arbeloa. Benayoun, who's got himself on the ball pretty regularly. Oh, and it runs off Carrick and almost Arbeloa.
Good spell for Liverpool, Martin, isn't it? They've just taken the game more to Manchester United now. Not so much has been seen of Tevez and Berbatov.
Mascherano. Riera. Carragher once scored 2 own goals in a game here. And Liverpool lost 3-2 at home to Manchester United. He had a momentary pang of sympathy for Wes Brown, but only momentary.
Scored one at the other end a couple of weeks ago.
He did.
That was an even bigger shock.
Brown. Here's Ferdinand. Keane again, doing those shuttle runs across to put pressure on the opposition. Berbatov. Tevez. And will it spin Berbatov's way? It doesn't. Howard Webb's in quickly on the scene, and 1 or 2 seemingly stricken players, but it was a real fight for possession in a vital area. Mascherano. Now Kaut. Really is a vital phase of the game. The last 5 minutes of the first half, Manchester United started so well and were doing well when they stumbled. And Liverpool have drawn great heart from that. Certainly improved since the own goal that got them level. Riera.
It's been a good spell. It's been a very good spell for Liverpool. Alonso has seen a lot of the ball in that central midfield. Both Scholes and Carrick can't get near him. And he's certainly spreading the ball, certainly out on his left-hand side as well.
It may be easier because Michael Carrick's still feeling the impact of that the tackle that he made.
He's not moving well, is he?
Talking to Rob Swire, I guess it's going to be a half-time decision. Owen Hargreaves has had plenty of fitness problems of his own. He's amongst the 7 Manchester United substitutes, 7 of which 3 can be used.
Carrick is in a bad way. He's actually limping. He's not moving well. You just see him there in the middle of your screen.
Rooney. Berbatov for Rooney. Not a lot to do. He's ended up on the deck. I'm not sure he was trying to seek to gain anything there. Certainly on the cop they judged him kindly, didn't they? Because they recognise his Liverpool roots. Here's Carrick. They won't recognise it if he scores here. And the flag was up.
Yeah, given offside, I think, Wayne Rooney. Yeah, Carrick's limping even worse now. There he is, we can see him. He's not moving well at all, but as you said, Martin, I think they're just going to hang on for this last couple of minutes or so. Get him in the dressing room, just make sure that he can't make the second half. Here's the tackle. It's one of them you just can't pull out of. You've got to go for it.
And you don't want to go for it when you're coming back from a dodgy ankle, but you have to. And here Michael Carrick recognises professional responsibilities, maybe at personal cost. Carragher. Decision goes against Berbatov. How do you think he's done, John? Almost his first full half, Berbatov in Manchester United's colours.
You know, there's a couple of little moments there when he really should have kept control of the football when he's lost it, and he's not chased back, but it's not really in his nature. But I think he settled in very well first game.
And of course, set up the goal for Tevez. Within 3 minutes of being a Manchester United player in terms of action. There's the sort of header that actually saw Robert Kovac sent off for Croatia against England on Wednesday. A match that Ferdinand played in. Here's Kaut. It's not a great touch. He's still going, and so are Liverpool with Alonso. Mascherano. Now Arbeloa. Be a real sting in the tail of this first half, and Manchester United might be on the receiving end of it, but it wasn't quite the cross that Arbeloa was looking for.
Alex Ferguson will be desperate for that half-time whistle.
Here's Couch. Knew he had very little time to release the shot. Going to have 2 added minutes. She'll kick in about 20 seconds' time. When you're a manager, you're away from home, John. And even if, I guess, if you're Manchester United, when you score in the 3rd minute, do you think it could be a bit early?
Always. I'd much rather score 3rd minute of injury time, Martin. That's the best time to score.
Well, it could pan out that way, but certainly they've got the resources, United, to regain the lead. But if they're going to do it, it looks as though it's going to be in the second half, unless Rafa Benitez is caught with his head down and his team with not looking at the play in the minute and a half that remains before the half-time whistle goes.
I think Liverpool will be quite pleased with this performance. I mean, having gone 1-0 down, although it was a fluky goal that they got back with, Martin, they've still just upped the game, and that equaliser certainly lifted everybody here at Anfield, the fans, players alike, and they've certainly given a much better account of themselves in this last 20 minutes or so. They've certainly held that upper hand. I think it'll be Alex Ferguson that'll be desperate to get in that dressing room for half-time. He's done well, Riera, caused a few problems down this side. I mean, Wes Brown, all he's had to do all half really is try and stop Riera from going past him. It's been a tough half for Wes Brown, certainly.
Ferdinand. Liverpool looking to end this run of 5 consecutive Premier League defeats against Manchester United. They've ended one run. In those 5 games, they hadn't scored a goal. And to some extent, they haven't scored a goal here, but Manchester United obliged for them. With Brown, who clips it onto the scorer of the United goal, Tevez. What's on the cover was Arbeloa. Well, the half-time story here at Anfield on this very big day is that Manchester United have scored twice, but they're going in at 1-1. Tevez at the right end, Brown at the wrong end. And Van der Sar culpable really in that own goal. Dirk Kuyt just complaining he was caught by an elbow late in the first half to Howard Webb, who's kept matters very much under control. Manchester United looked as though they had the game under control, but that defensive slip has let Liverpool back in, and they've got to remember Gerrard and Torres as available substitutes in the second half. At half-time, at a buzzing Anfield, it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 1. And he has replaced Michael Carrick, and John Gregory, no surprise in that Carrick was going off. But the right choice, I guess we'll find out how the game develops, but Giggs, not Hargreaves.
I'm surprised whether or not they feel that Hargreaves is not 100% match fit. I don't really know, but Giggs obviously going to come on this left-hand side with Anderson just slipping in alongside Paul Scholes. United to keep this 4-4-2. Rooney remaining on the right-hand side. And, of course, on the Liverpool team, no changes whatsoever. Ready to go, Martin.
Howard Webb not quite. Liverpool attacking the Kop stand end, their favoured end. 1-1 with Manchester United. And even this early in the season, you do feel, particularly from Liverpool's point of view, this is a pivotal game. If they were to lose it, there'd be a sense of, well, it's the same old story from recent years. If they were to win it, and they put themselves, thanks to Manchester United's defensive deficiencies into a position where they might move on to win it.
They've got to stay at 1-1 for as long as they can, really, Martin, in this game, with the ability to bring on possibly Torres and Gerrard to try and get the winner in that last 15 minutes.
Cross on the run from Rooney. And here's Giggs, but some pushing spotted as Tevez tried to climb a bit higher than the physiology allows him to. Brown. Carragher, the Liverpool captain today. Martin Keane have chased and hassled and harried and really grafted for the cause, but more of the same will be required from them. Trying to force some uncertainties out of the usual Manchester United back line. And Vidic, in goes Kaut. Another very good cross from Robbie Keane.
Great defending by Patrice Evra. And again, Riera, great little bit of footwork. He puts Robbie Keane in, and look at that for a ball right across the face of the goal. Van der Sar easily beaten, but Evra just gets it in front of Evra.
Liverpool's corner. I wonder whether something was said at half-time. Look, let's try out the goalkeeper. He's been a bit uncertain in the first half. Right in Van der Sar's territory, answered that question well enough. Give away by Brown.
Keep it simple, Wesley. Leave that to the other players.
Arbeloa. Skirtle. Got himself ahead of Sami Hyypiä, ahead of Daniel Agger here. Keane, advantage played, it might have been a foul. Riera didn't quite make contact. Another awkward ball for Vidic, having a bit of a testing start to this second half.
Good start for Liverpool, Martin, isn't it? It's twice now they've put in very good balls into the Manchester United 6-yard box.
Xabi Alonso to take the corner. And front man is Berbatov. Defending. Kaut. Oh, there's a man over there. If Benny and Riera were either side of Ferdinand, so Liverpool hint of a possibility. But it's all very well Manchester United with this attacking talent on the pitch, and you can add Ryan Giggs to what we saw in the first half. They're just not getting enough of the ball in the opening minutes of the second half to give Berbatov and company a chance to strut their stuff.
And as we saw there, Berbatov's got the ball, but he's about 90 yards from the Liverpool goal, so it's not really in the areas that he wants to be.
Anderson. Up in the air, really, by Carragher. Flicked on by Berbatov, and Tevez has got away from Skirtle. Oh, and tried to slide it for Rooney. Those two in particular really play together supremely well. Didn't quite come off for them there. And here's Aurelio to Keane. Counts on the move. He's got in front of Vidic, and last little touch was behind Benayoun. Unlucky for Kaut and for Liverpool.
Great little ball.
Just gets a touch, and it's just the wrong side of Benayoun. That's 3 times now they've been in that penalty box. We've been found by Skirtle, but Berbatov's not complaining, and Manchester United had the ball back, but Rooney lost it. Reflecting the move of Liverpool at the start of the second half.
Here's Brown. Out by Carragher. Mascherano. Headed by Aurelio. Anderson and again Manchester United less than convincing. Here's Keane. Benayoun working from outside to in. Stray header though by Skirtle, collected by Rooney, who's caught by Riera. Referee Webb rightly plays the advantage. Giggs. Berbatov was on the move, far side of Tevez. Rooney, shots on for Scholes.
We've seen them flying before, haven't we, Martin? Great little bit of football there. I think that's Giggs' first touch in this half. He sets up Scholes. And of course, Pepe Reina knew that was going wide.
Well, Paul Scholes doesn't get forward as much as he used to. Hasn't scored a Premier League goal for over a year now, but there was a hint of promise that would change.
They're normally special ones, though, when they come along.
Very special. Scholes more seen in the Manchester United half these days, and he's given away a free kick here.
Just on the back foot a little bit at the moment, Manchester United. Certainly Ferdinand and Vidic have had to work hard.
And Rooney works hard here. They've just gone 2 against 2. Alonso and the thrower, Aurelio. Alonso, well, he does provide special ones for Liverpool, like Paul Scholes does for Manchester United.
That one was just asking to be hit, but not the usual accuracy there from Xabi Alonso. I think Kite and Keane have worked very hard, but they've also worked well together, I think, Martin, in this game. Got a good understanding with one another. Chased down every lost cause. And as I said earlier, certainly Vidic and Ferdinand have had to work extremely hard against these two.
Carragher. Here's Kaut. A bit narrow for Liverpool, this attack. So Kaut has a blast. Some problems in his international game, his last international on Wednesday. He let Thierry Henry get away from him in France, and Serbia were beaten. Alonso. Keane. Looking for Benayoun. And Van der Sar has to make a sprawl at the feet of the Israeli international.
Vidic and Evra both looking at each other. Evra claiming offside. Possibly he was right. Linesman's flag didn't go up. Van der Sar had to make a great save. Just first touch, just got away from Yossi. Certainly Van der Sar, brilliant stop, corner Liverpool.
It's been a feature of Benayoun's play, particularly in the second half, his willingness to get into the box. And Keane picked him out, and Liverpool goes short from the corner here. Aurelio's cross. Kaut to take it down. Riera. Scholes not steered away very far. Kaut available again. And so is Mascherano, and Keane. Any contact and he'd be wheeling away, celebrating and somersaulting his first Liverpool goal, but it's another nearly moment for him.
Yeah, Kaut does brilliant here. He sets it up for Mascherano, doesn't think twice about it, just winds it in that penalty box. Robbie Keane really should have got a touch on that. And as you say, Martin, he'd be wheeling away in front of the cop.
Riera. Berbatov flexing a knee again. Meanwhile, Alonso plots. Count almost, and who's he looking for again through the middle? Yossi Benayoun. And back by Mascherano. Liverpool doing more of that now. Riera. Oh, that was speculative.
Good effort on target.
What a double it would be. If Riera ends up on the winning side here, his first game for Liverpool, having been in his first game for Manchester City a winner against Manchester United.
Absolutely.
Everyone would want to sign him.
They would, wouldn't they?
Even him, to stop it happening.
Go back to Villarreal for the midweek game, couldn't he?
Berbatov. Some grabbing there at Giggs, and no wonder Ryan Giggs turns at Howard Webb, because that definitely was a foul.
Yeah, it was a foul. Giggs is not happy.
Vidic. Trying to keep the ball early in at Manchester United's defenders. They're having to work hard at the start of the second half. Berbatov, we noted that knee problem and needs attention. And Manchester United are down to 10 men. The flag was up, and it was just a hint of opportunity to put them behind in terms of the scoreline as well.
Just Aurelio slightly, probably just stepped into that offside zone. But Berbatov looks like he's got a problem, Martin.
Explaining when the pain comes.
You might see maybe the likes of Nani coming on the right-hand side. Possibly with Rooney going up top with Tevez.
I think maybe on the back of Manchester United's protest on the gig incident, Howard Webb has called that one a foul by Skirtle.
Berbatov's just come back on. He's not moving that well.
Well, it would be against the balance of this second half if Manchester United were to get back in front from this free kick. But it's an opportunity to do just that. And Reina pursued it with vigour and hasn't pulled up. Found a touch a little further away from where the ball was going to run out if he'd left it to its own devices.
I think this is a good little break for United. Just gives them a breather, because really, Martin, all they've done in the second half is defend. And certainly for the likes of Ferdinand and Vidic, they're getting a nice little breather that they need. Certainly the United need to keep this ball in the Liverpool half.
How much of a risk is Benitez prepared to take to try and win this game? Evra. Still half an hour to go. Steven Gerrard's had groin surgery. Torres has had a problem down the back of his thigh. It couldn't have been too much of a hamstring, because it was only 13 days ago, and it's done well to be back. So if they're fit enough to be on the bench, they are fit enough to play sometime in the game, and this is maybe going to be their time. What a lift for Liverpool if they both come on. But those who are out there are doing well enough without them at the moment.
It just gets everybody out their seats, though, Martin, doesn't it? The likes of Gerrard and Torres coming onto the pitch. The other players as well that remain on the pitch will want them on.
Here's Skirtle. That's a good try. Riera's a little closer than Riera's. But again, too close to the goalkeeper. And Van der Sar, having dealt with the shot well enough, hasn't dealt with the kick well at all. Just invites a bit more pressure.
I think it's
Rio Ferdinand, sorry, John, I just noticed that Rio Ferdinand's given Van der Sar a real earful about the kick.
I think he's absolutely spot on, though, to be fair. It's an awful kick. I just think Kite is causing a few problems for United. Keane has been the one really that's gone up, and he's the one that's gone up and stood alongside Ferdinand and Vidic. And it's Kite actually who's just trying to sit in that hole, just very much like Tevez does for Manchester United. And he's picking up a lot of loose balls and starting off a new wave of attacking.
Also winning the headers, and those sort of battles Liverpool are winning much more of in the second half.
Having to work hard at the back. It's non-stop at the moment, Martin.
Arbeloa's cross. Riera just lost his footing when it looked as though he might have got there first. Keane was eagerly in on the scene as well. Aurelio's cross, steered away by Ferdinand. They've just got to keep their concentration, Liverpool, at the back, because a flash of brilliance from a Berbatov, a Tevez, a Rooney, a Giggs, and they'll be in trouble again. Not to mention Scholes. Here is Ryan Giggs, well found by Paul Scholes. Pass that carried years of Manchester United history in it, as did the run. Manchester United getting Owen Hargreaves ready.
I just wonder if it might be Berbatov, Martin, that's coming off. He certainly looked off the pace. I know he's had a little problem there with that right knee, but it looks like he's flagging a little bit. Might be time for a change. Get Rooney up top.
Tevez having to play on the retreat, held by Anderson. Giggs with a header. And played Skirtle.
Like this boy, Martin, this boy Skirtle. He's a tough cookie as well. The fact that Sami Hyypiä has been left out of the European squad and out of the team, in fact, being replaced by this boy.
I'm sure some of that is precautionary for Michael Carrick, they're putting that immobilising boot on, but clearly there has been an injury, and it may well be a recurrence of the previous injury, and that is always physios hate that.
I was just
go back even further than.
I was just laughing, Martin, because Michael Carrick come out on crutches, and not one person on the Manchester United bench took any notice of him whatsoever. Because as far as they're concerned, he's playing no part in this game now. They've just got their focus on the people that are on the pitch. It's no fun being injured.
And I guess as a manager, John, you'd say, well, he can't be any use.
You can't help me.
No.
You can't help me. Get out my way. Yeah. I can't see.
Riera. Softest free kick, but it is a free kick. And here's Cout. Liverpool took it quickly. Rooney up to Berbatov. That's the foul by Riera this time. Owen Hargreaves is set to come on. And we're hearing that Berbatov is going to stay on, and that it's Paul Scholes, indeed it is, who's found it hard in midfield, but I think that's as much a reflection of the all-round shape of the game as his own personal form. Hargreaves, whose fitness problems have certainly held him back since he came to Manchester United. Hasn't played since the Champions League final.
Not a bad swap, though, is it? Not a bad swap. I think Alonso and Mascherano really have bossed that centre of midfield.
Skirtle complaining that Giggs fouled him. Giggs with a back heel. Well, you're right, John, it's not a bad replacement, is it? But imagine what Liverpool have up their sleeves.
Yeah, well, I'm sure before the end of the game we'll see both Torres and Steven Gerrard on the pitch. In fact, talk of the devil, and he shall appear.
Vidic. Manchester United just trying to get some passes together again to reassert their football on the match and on the opposition. There's been too many moments like that in the second period, and Liverpool have called the tune, but they haven't changed the scoreline, which remains as it was at half-time. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 1. A stage set for the skipper. Liverpool hope here. Yossi Benayoun has certainly not let Liverpool down, and Kaut is just checking as to whether that affects him, John.
Yeah, you might see Kaut come over here on this right-hand side. Stevie G going in the centre, maybe alongside Mascherano and Alonso. Maybe just try and play a little bit forward of Alonso and Mascherano. With Clayton maybe looking after Evra on this side.
It's nearly true for Gerrard, who does tend to write his own scripts.
Yeah, it looks to me that Gerrard will play just a little bit deeper of Robbie Keane. Certainly Coit has come over here on this right-hand side to match up with Patrice Evra. And Stevie G will just be given the licence to go and try and attack the Manchester United goal.
We've seen Benitez use Gerrard like that, haven't we? Very successfully in the past. He's got two players to protect. What the Liverpool manager doesn't like is Gerrard being one of the two central midfield players. And here is Giggs, cleared by Aurelio, who's had an easier time of it in the second half than he did at the beginning of the game when Rooney was just teasing him, really. So we're into the last quarter of the game, and if it's going to be decided, this is when it's going to be decided. Giggs. Here's Hargreaves. Evra. Particularly graceful, but falls Liverpool's way. Giggs, it's a great effort and a marvellous save. Well, they talk about time ticking away on Ryan Giggs, but when he can produce moments like this...
Goalkeeper does brilliant. He's very alert. Pepe Reina, he can see the way that Giggs has shaped up to the ball. The volley going to dip in that top corner, but he's very alive on the goal line.
Good feet to get into a position where he could make the save. Giggs now takes the corner. Vidic is up, Count with him. Gerrard's back header, Rooney piling in, but so was Dirk Kuyt. And Rooney's back, saying, do I have to stay wide right? Can I not come in and influence the game and get us back on top?
Just ping a 50-yard ball out there to Ryan Giggs.
Anderson is back in his position, Wayne Rooney, which is right at the midfield where he gets the pass from Owen Hargreaves. Cross challenging Jamie Carragher. Ferdinand.
Been a better spell, hasn't it, for Manchester? Certainly a much better spell. This boy, I think, is going to be a player. I think this boy's going to be a player, Martin, one day. Riera, good home debut, though, Martin. The Anfield crowd on their feet, standing ovation. Certainly going to be a major asset, I think, for Liverpool this season.
Yeah, it's a great start, isn't it, to have this sort of reception. They've taken him quickly to their hearts. And when Liverpool was struggling in the first 20 minutes of the game, Riera was one of the few who really stood up and was counted. Help, and he was the one hanging around when the ball bounced off Wes Brown, chased it on into the net.
Yep.
Good start.
He's had a good start to his Liverpool career.
Ryan Babel's been here a year. Not much further forward, though that much younger. Again, a reflection of the calibre of squads that these sides have, the type of players who are coming on. Kaut. Forced wide from It's bootlaces by Gerrard to Arbeloa. Out on the move again. Arbeloa likewise not tracked by Tevez. Comes back out to Kaut. It's too high for Keane. Well, Tevez fell into the Mascherano trap, and Tevez scored, and he's got away with his lack of chasing.
He has. Liverpool just left with the one substitution then, Martin. I wonder who that might be.
Rafa Benitez won't want to get a defender injured, will he, at this stage, where he have to think elsewhere.
Definitely not. We've got about 18 minutes. Maybe give him another 3 or 4 minutes, maybe, and stick Torres on for this last 15 minutes or so. Just try and get this winner.
They really do owe Manchester United to Liverpool. And Rafa Benitez did see his Liverpool knock Manchester United out of the FA Cup, as we mentioned earlier. It's league form, 1 draw and 7 defeats in the 8 matches that Benitez has been manager in the Premier League for Liverpool against Manchester United. It's a sore on his record. Mascherano. Gerrard. Liverpool's 2 wins this season have come through late goals. And progress into the knockout stage of the Champions League. They even needed almost all of extra time before they finally saw off Standard Liège. They just made a bit of ground there, Tevez, and Manchester United will be grateful for that.
Yeah, just giving them a breather. Take the pressure off the back 4. Need to get Hargreaves in this game.
It was the 87th minute, the winner by Torres at Sunderland, Liverpool's first league game. Here against Middlesbrough, Steven Gerrard, 94th minute. And as I say, it was the 118th minute when Dirk Kuyt saw off Standard Liège.
It was.
Excellent resistance. So, do not adjust your sets.
All the action will start very soon.
Skirtle. Cleverly was trying to anticipate Brown's header. He knew he wasn't going to get the original ball. It's Nani ready to become the 3rd and last change for Manchester United. Alonso. Count wins it against Evra. 2 teams have tried that attack on Patrice Evra. A lot of left-backs are on the smallish side.
Very good in the air, this boy, very good in the air.
Carragher. Babel. Gerrard. Now Arbeloa able to tee up the cross. It's Ferdinand who dealt with it, travelled a long way, and Ferdinand's there again.
He's done that a few times today, hasn't he? Rio Ferdinand. Got his head on it. Anything that's gone into that box, Rio Ferdinand's been on the end of it.
Kaut. Backed up by Mascherano. Takes Giggs with him. Gets past Giggs, who just about recovered. It's come to Kaut. Wonderful chance for Liverpool here. Goal! Ryan Babel. Ryan Giggs hangs his head, but Ryan Babel leads the Liverpool celebrations here. They've turned Alex Ferguson's Manchester United around from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. By Liverpool standards, it's come quite early.
Look at this. Ryan Giggs looks like he's going nowhere whatsoever. And he's allowed Mascherano to get his foot in. It comes out, fortunately, to Dirk Kuyt. And look at that for a finish. Wasn't quite as sweet as Babel wanted it, but it ends up in the net. But doesn't quite do well. Kept his composure. Tried to pick out a red shirt. Just put it out of play, Ryan. Just put it out of play. Bounces in that top corner.
Yeah, bounces in. Very similar to Tevez' position. Certainly not as sweet a hit, but my word, it's a sweet moment. Yeah.
Who cares?
And it was coming, to be fair, the way Liverpool have addressed the second half. But even the greatest, the human, and now Nani is needed with even more pizzazz. He's on for Anderson.
Well, Ryan Giggs will be in that situation another 100 times in his career, and the ball will just trickle out for a goal kick, Martin. But he certainly should have just tucked that away, given Liverpool a corner. Too late now, 2-1 Liverpool. Have United got anything left?
Well, they're really taking a chance, and Evra and Keane and Vidic. That could be a red card. He'll be thinking about it, Howard Webb. Was the cover? It's yellow.
Well, I think Ferdinand was there. I think that's the only thing that saved Vidic. Look, there's Rio just in the picture. Maybe he'd have caught Robbie Keane. Who knows? Very fortunate to stay on, I think.
Benefit of a small amount of doubt.
Good refereeing. Good refereeing. I think it was the right choice.
Well, people were saying law of averages, Liverpool bound to beat Manchester United. It doesn't happen like that in the Premier League. You have to earn the right to win matches.
They've earned the right to be ahead, to be fair, Martin. They've certainly been much more the offensive team in the second half.
Here's Aurelio. Ball does its job. Interesting, Gerrard didn't take the free kick. Whether again he's not going to
Just protect it.
overtax himself.
Well, that would appear now that certainly Fernando Torres can be kept on the bench, possibly for the rest of this game. Stay there until Tuesday night, the Champions League match. Great substitution, though, by the manager, wasn't it, Martin? He should take all the credit for that. Inspired substitution.
Not so inspired in the involvement of Mr. Giggs, though. But it is out of character.
I didn't mean that manager.
No, I know. But Ryan Giggs, who's so disciplined and diligent, he never lets runners get away from him. It's a fault we've highlighted from other players who've been culpable today. Giggs was there, but he just didn't clean it up as he was in a position to do. Now he's in the centre of midfield. How that has changed for Manchester United. They started off with Scholes in there with Carrick. They've both gone. Anderson had a shift as a centre midfield player alongside Scholes. He's gone now. Hargreaves and Giggs entrusted with trying to build a platform for Manchester United's recovery attempts. Berbatov. Now Rooney. Will that reach Tevez? It does. Here's Rooney. They're stirred, Manchester United. Liverpool to play on the break. A scurrying run from Mascherano, a chase by Nani. Actually, Howard Webb refereed him on Wednesday, Portugal against Denmark, when Nani scored. And actually, Denmark scored twice in injury time to win the game. And, Nani could be a loser again here. But he's in trouble with Howard Webb for that. But he had to run with him, Mascherano.
Absolutely, Mascherano was away. I think Mascherano laid down there almost dead. I think he's just having a breather, to be honest, Martin. He's covered some ground in the second half. Him and Alonso boss that midfield.
Aurelio. Alonso. Gerrard. Lovely football from Liverpool.
Great football.
Skirtle's unmarked on the edge of the area. involved here. Played away by Evra.
Sometimes, Martin, as a manager, maybe Alex, you look at Alex today about the substitutions, about the way that he's changed the formation of the team at times in this second half. Has he got it right?
George Gillette has learnt all the history of this fixture, and he knows the club that he co-owns are on the brink. Manchester United so rarely lose when they score the first goal in a game, and they haven't lost yet. Giggs goes short and square to Hargreaves. Rooney wins the header bravely. Carragher knocked back by Hargreaves. Came off Skirtle. Some clearance by Pepe Reina.
He's got that one off to a tee, and he can pick out people.
And Babel, past Brown, Robbie Keane. It's not quite the moment he wants, and Kaut could go for it. Babel would have been offside, and who knows, there might have been a flag against Kaut, but there wasn't, and I think that was right. We learn week by week how these interpretations.
Yeah, certainly Babel would have been offside there. He had to walk away.
Chivvying away, deserved his part in the goal, Dirk Kuyt. His all-round contribution for Liverpool here. Hargreaves. That might be Robbie Keane's last involvement here. The board has the number 7 on it, and this is David Ngo. Oh no, says Rafa Benitez. No, he's I don't know what powers has he got to change that. He's seen an injury, I think.
The sub's not actually stepped onto the pitch, so
Mascherano. Yeah, Mascherano's got a problem, so Keane's going to stay on. And maybe it's not going to be Ngo now. It's very unlikely to be Torres, that's as John just mentioned. Here's Giggs. The diagonal by Ferdinand is very good. Shows the persistence of Evra, but it's a goal kick. Mascherano's finished for the day. Day that started badly for him when he left Carlos Tevez and let.
Here's the finish. Just look at Giggs here. Look.
But it's going to end happily, it seems, for Liverpool.
He's lost that one. All he's got to do is put it out of play. But didn't quite do well. Just kept his composure. Look for a red shirt. No emotion really shown there from Rafa, but certainly lots from Sammy.
Yeah, one comes from Spain, one comes from Liverpool.
I think one of them actually knew how much it meant, rather more than the other one, possibly.
Well, it could be cramp, of course, could be a calf strain. There's all the problems of travelling for Mascherano to go to South America and back. And playing a game as highly charged as this one, emotional energy.
I think it's Hippier that's going to come on for him. It was going to be David Ngog, but it looks like Robbie's staying on, Mascherano's coming off, and it's Big Sammy coming on.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier Sammy Hippier, who is not in the squad. There's a limit to number of players you can name for the Champions League group matches.
Yes, that's right.
Sammy's been left out after all that he's done for Liverpool, but because there is a rule now involving local products.
Well, United have put Vidic up front, and it looks like Sami Hyypiä has been put in there at the back just to stand up alongside Vidic. Looks like United will take the direct route. Just launch that ball up to Big Vidic.
You pay £30 million for a striker, and then you have to put the centre-half up front.
Yeah, it says really about Berbatov. Certainly Berbatov's second-half contribution has been almost non-existent.
Giggs. Here's Rooney, who's not been allowed to try and influence these last few minutes from a more central position. Whether he'll take that responsibility himself, he's certainly lurking there at the moment. But it's Hargreaves. And here is the emergency man up front, Nemanja Vidic.
If you're going to take that approach, you've got to get some bodies around Vidic. There's only one there, Ryan Giggs. But Liverpool really just need to play out these last 3 or 4 minutes.
Evra. A bit of a shove by Carragher. He's got a different problem now in the way of Vidic. By virtue of the early kick-off, Liverpool would go to the top of the table. Chelsea play in the last game of today at Manchester City.
The Battle of the Billionaires.
The clash of the cash has been called.
Absolutely.
There's a fair few bob around these two clubs. Here's Alonso. Lovely ball for Dirk Kuyt, keeping Manchester United occupied a long way away from the goal that they're desperate to get towards.
Kuyt's had a great game, hasn't he? Absolutely worked tirelessly up front. Hounded the Manchester United back four. Creator of the second goal. He had a good game.
Arbeloa puts it in. Liverpool. Now, Nemanja Vidic. Second yellow. Well, he's already booked him. He's just been reminded of that fact. He brought Robbie Keane down not that long ago. So it goes from bad to worse for Manchester United. He will miss the match at Chelsea next weekend. Be available for the Champions League. Different rules, different legislation.
Just reckless, I think, Martin, more than anything. Not intentional. Very passionate about trying to go and win the ball.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes added time.
There will be 4 minutes of added time. We're already into that. Manchester United a goal down, a man down. Mike Ferguson's seen some extraordinary things from his Manchester United teams in stoppage times in games, including winning a Champions League, but cards are stacked against him here. Gerrard, and I say, if it had the perfect ending for Liverpool, it would be Robbie Keane gliding that into the net for his first Liverpool goal and his first Premier League goal against Manchester United. But that would be being greedy, I think, from Liverpool's point of view.
If Robbie Keane was to score, I think you might see him right up at the back of the Kop, Martin. I don't think there'll be any stopping him.
And here's Kuyt. They might have another goal in them. They might not need it, Liverpool, but Manchester United, who started so well, are finishing this match somewhat in ruins. What did we say about scoring too early, John?
It's not affected Liverpool. I just think overall, Martin, they've won the scraps, they've won the second balls in midfield, they've won the tackles, they've put their foot in all over the pitch. And certainly United haven't really stood up how I was expecting them to stand up today, having got such a fantastic start.
Here's Bubble. It's Kaut. Good stop by Van der Sar. They're still open, Manchester United here. McKean has run out of legs just before he ran out of room.
Look at this great football. Babel, there you go. Dirk, put that in. Tried to repay him. Tried to repay him for setting up his own goal.
And there's still a chance that could yet be critical. The fact that Kaut didn't wrap the game up. Because here's Nani. And Tevez. And now Hargreaves. 30 seconds. Rooney's cross. And that will be a corner deep into the action here.
Sit down, Rafa. You can't do nothing. These are the moments, Martin, when you just cannot do anything about what's going on.
Rafa, but go up, Edwin. And it doesn't get beyond Gerrard. They're nearly there, Liverpool. Nani. Oh, and it's Wayne Rooney! And it's a goal kick. And it's a Liverpool win.
Last chance, wasn't it, Martin? Look at this. Just needed him to hit the target.
April 2004 at Old Trafford, a Danny Murphy penalty, their last league win over Manchester United. November 2001, their last league win over Manchester United here. It's something that Rafa Benitez hasn't experienced before. Giggs, whose mistake has turned out to be so costly. Ferdinand. Gerrard still wants more. It's a whistle, but it's a whistle for a free kick against Gerrard. He's got a part of it. He deserves to have a part of it.
That's all you want, though, in that stage of the game. Free kick there, that'll do. All over.
Liverpool have beaten Manchester United in the Premier League. The long wait is over. Ryan Babel saw to it. Set up by Dirk Kuyt after a mistake by Ryan Giggs. It all started so well for Alec Ferguson. He must have thought it was more of the same, more glory for Manchester United at Anfield. When Tevez scored in the 3rd minute. But an own goal by Wes Brown certainly changed the complexion. Ian Rush, a true Liverpool legend, knows that these players have written their names proudly into the record books, because this is a job that had to be done at some time, and they've done it here today. The 13th of September, unlucky for Manchester United. Nemanja Vidic sent off near the end as well, so the conclusion depressing for them, just as the start had been sparkling. But Liverpool had to win the battle to win the war, and my goodness, they did that in the second half, and they thoroughly deserved to get the decisive goal in the second period. It doesn't win you a title, but it does send a message across to a part of the country where there is such rivalry between these two clubs. Don't rule out Liverpool. Don't put all your money on Manchester United. The champions have lost at Anfield by 2-1.